Hello and welcome in new episode of Let's Have a Chat in Biladi FM 96.6 FM. I hope everyone is listening to me or watching me right now in Facebook or YouTube channel or through Biladi FM frequency 96.6 is okay, happy, healthy, safe, and having wonderful time, enjoying your day. Okay, maybe it's challenging to say enjoying your day. I know there is lots going on right now. Every week I say that, but we're living in Sudan, so we try somehow to survive and to be positive as much as we can. And I get it, the situation is messy outside, but I will say one thing that to all the listeners that I have, that I just want to say one single thing, that it's okay to all the listeners. Say that to you every day, every minute. It's okay. Focus on your objective, your goal. What is your contribution, your positive contribution? Don't think about what's happening right now or what will happen. Just think about what is your role in Sudan and what are you able to do in order to make Sudan better country. So again, and I will say it always, you are the change that we are waiting for. So don't be distracted by anything. Don't watch Facebook too much. Don't read Twitter too much or anything. Or even don't watch news so much. Just focus on what you actually want to do in your life. So in the spirit of we are talking about news and media, we are happy today to have with us for the first time in Biladi Radio and in Let's Have a Chat, and to talk about a youth face, which I always like when I have young face or young person in the show, because it give me, it will tell me how beautiful and how ambitious Sudan will be, or the future of Sudan.
Exactly.
So I'm happy for the first time to have with me former Commissioner for Peace and Security to African Youth Commission, and also the founder of Journingual Media Press, Mr. Mohammed Abdualshakoor. Hello and welcome for the first time in Biladi and in Let's Have a Chat.
Thank you so much for having me right here. I'm very happy to be in your show.
And I'm happy to have you. So first, Mr. Mohammed, if you could tell us more about you, and it's lots of work, for...
in fact, yeah. Definitely, my name is Mohammed Abdualshakoor. That's actually my legal name, but I'm called Shakoor Nyaketo as, business and fame name.
I think that we hear in Facebook more like...
Definitely, yeah.
I thought even it's your name even.
Definitely, a lot of people think that this is my name, but yeah, that's my work name,
Okay.
Yeah, so I am actually a youth activist, basically, then a new journalist.
Okay.
I'm in my beginning of my career as a journalist, but I'm taking different part of journalism, which is foreign journalism, like English journalism and other languages. So I also used to be, like I've mentioned before, I used to be Commissioner for Peace and Security to African Youth, which is an organization that works with young people across the continent of Africa.
Okay.
And we are spreading positivity, across the continent.
So you speak my language?
Definitely.
That's great. Okay, so far, are you still doing that?
Of course, I'm still doing that. And just over the last week, I was in Mombasa, Kenya, participating in the IGAD conferences, IGAD programs for countering violence, extremism, terrorism, and advocating for peace and the security in the East Africa. And I'm still working on a project which is Youth Peace Ambassadors. We're trying to spread news and positive media on, being peace ambassadors and inviting Sudanese young people to work on, spreading and disseminating information of peace across the country.
Okay, that sounds like, positive very much for us here in Sudan. And I think as a country here in Sudan, we need that badly, especially at this critical time or this transformation or transition time that Sudan need to go from level to another level in media, in politics, in economy, in everything.
Whatever.
So so if we could have more of this, that will be great. So, can you tell us more also about your media outlets?
Oh, definitely. I am a founder and the CEO right now of Journalingual Media Press.
Okay.
A lot of people ask what's journalingual. Journalingual is from journal, which is journalism. Lingual is languages.
Okay.
It's a combination of of two things. So journalingual has come as a result of us Sudanese people being absent, or our country has been absent over the last 30 years worldwide. So our media focuses on the Arabic script and in the Arabic atmosphere more than the other world. I come up with this media institution to disseminate information to the world about Sudan in English, maybe in the future to other languages. So the idea is to reintroduce the country through this positive media, and the main objective of this media platform is to share positive information, good information about the Sudan, because a lot of people are following like you have said, following the negative media. And when you Google Sudan, you will only find war, conflict, hunger. You find a lot of all the conflicts, and you find all the bad images of the Sudan.
I agree 100% with you.
Definitely. So our mandate is to definitely work on the on the peaceful, on the happy image of the Sudan. Like, there are beautiful places, there are positive things in Sudan. People need to know about Sudan. There's a good history. People need to know about Sudan, their custom and tradition, whatever. We would like also to focus on all this. 99% of media internationally focuses on negative things, if I could say that. Few media focuses on history and other things. But we want, like, this one is to be different one, to work out the Sudan in new face.
Yeah, and that is what exactly we do here in Let's Have a Chat, but in another way, that we could actually introduce what's happening and what positive, like this media outlets. And I could see that one of your videos that I saw that when you go to Darfur areas and you go to Niala market, or maybe to go
to Marra
yes,
Mountain.
I've been following that, and seriously, maybe I've never been to western side of Sudan, but you introduce it in a really
I hope so.
No, it's not just a compliment. It's really something that introducing the market. I never know that this market is a place that people come to
and then buy
things and drink tea maybe, and have a social gathering and have fun, and it's a place that actually people go to. Not just that, other places that we went to Nertiti, you covered the sit-in and you brought up the beautiful things that happening there, and other things. And I think this is what we need right now, and how we could learn, how we could contribute more, so
definitely.
yes, I will salute you. I will say
thank
thank you
so
so much
I really
for what
appreciate
are
that.
you doing, and we hope that we could be part of what you're doing, and we hope that we could reflect what you're doing more. Maybe you could inspire another people that could take this experience and take it forward, right?
Wow, sure.
So this is actually that maybe if you're covering one side, other person will cover
the other side,
other sides, and Sudan suddenly introduced to the whole world.
Right? Not to butt you in, and that why because I have seen media covering, for example, the Arab side of the Arab media, Arabic media, which is targeting the Middle East and Arabic-speaking countries. Now we still have, we have Sudanese nationals who are living in other countries who do not speak Arabic, by the way. People watch my videos from America, from Europe, elsewhere in the world, and they come telling me that, wow, I didn't know about my country, because I don't speak Arabic, I don't understand it. So if you are usually, there was a lady, the video you talked about, Niala, there was a lady in the US contacted and tell me that I left Niala when I was 17. Now my children are 17.
Wow.
And they do not know anything about their country. Now they're very happy that they can see English information being used to tell them about their own country, because they don't understand the language that's spoken in their own country. So one of the very important ideas that I want to focus on is that not only to introduce Sudan to other people, but also to Sudanese people who do not know anything about it. Because many people do not know there are beautiful islands in the north. Very nice islands in the north, like the Kassinga one, like the other ones.
Yes.
But people don't realize that. People do not know there are very beautiful places in South Kordofan. People do not know there are touristic places in Bejarawia. People do not know there are beautiful places people do not know that there is a nice and clean city in East Sudan, which is Port Sudan. People don't know that Jabal Marra. People don't know all these things. So one of the
Yes.
very important things is we need to introduce this country to the world.
And you know, other thing also beside introducing Sudan, also when it comes to political or economical situation, when we have English platform, I'm myself, I'm old in this English media business.
Yep.
But the idea is that the people outside do not know what's happening, as you say, that they know that just the conflict, but they don't know what is the process right now. What is the country need right now? What is the potential of Sudan right now? This is all missing information that English media like yours and maybe like us here in Biladi could introduce and help, right? So I think your videos also contribute in, maybe not directly, like if you are talking about tourism, maybe in say in Nertiti or Niala or North or maybe any place, people will somehow think that, okay, this is a place that we could start business in.
Yep.
We can invest in, right?
Yep.
So let's hope the future will hide lots in this, and
Definitely.
I encourage you to go more and more, especially when it comes to visual media, because you are doing a great job in this.
Sure.
And I'm not compliment, it's really really fantastic work, and you deserve to say to be
Appreciate it.
like said that to you in front of you.
Thanks.
So let's go for the first break, and when we come back, we're still talking to Mr. Mohammed Abdualshakoor. Back again with me, your favorite host, of course, and I better be your favorite host, you know. So just it's forcing everything just like that. I'm your favorite host in Biladi FM. That's yes. So after listening to this beautiful song, and I hope everyone is enjoying it and enjoy the whole let's have a chat atmosphere. And as I said to you always, we are here trying to build positivity. We know that there is lots and lots and lots of challenges those days, but we are trying to be positive, and we will always be positive in order to help in building this country, and we will never say we are done. We will keep doing this. So again, we are back with Mr. Mohammed Abdualshakoor, founder of Journeyville Media Press, and also youth commissioner, former youth commissioner. And we are happy to talk to you about media and your media also platform and what challenging that we are faced. So this for the people who are listening, just joining us, they need to know more about what we are saying. So let's talk about now social media.
Wow.
Social media is become in Sudan more like a cancer, if I said it in the right word. Maybe it's a little bit aggressive, but right now social media is controlling everything, you know. Young people are affected badly by social media and maybe all other media platform. Okay, so my point is, with all those challenges, what is the biggest dangerous thing that we are facing in media right now in Sudan precisely? So the mic is yours to answer.
Well,
this.
thank you. That's a very good question when you are asking immediate question of what are the challenges that are facing our Sudanese media, especially when linked to social media.
Yes.
Our challenge here is, when we talk professionally, is that the challenge is comparing the traditional and classical media platforms with the interactive social media platforms, and then redirecting the social media into positive information, dissemination of information. Now, because we realize that if you would like to get an information, you need to go to a formal media house, or you need to go, for example, to the national TV or a national channel like this one, or whatever. So we would like, the biggest challenge is to change these classical media houses to be modern, to be interactive, and to follow the trend of social media in a positive way, and to redirect.
Maybe creating a hashtag or something.
Doing using any techniques that can actually help us do that one, and also redirecting social media into positive platforms instead of negative platform. Because if you notice, if you put positive thing, you only find 1,000 views, but if you put negative, you'll find 1 million views on that one. So we would like to change that narrative. In this case, we need to do something which is countering disinformation and changing this negative information into positive information. That will help us actually to engage, interact, and engage many people to follow positive things, especially when it comes to media. And if we notice that the famous social media influencers are mostly doing nonsense, I'm sorry to say that. There are many people who, when they do something,
and they believe them like a book, like
exactly,
yes,
exactly. So there is a revolution of negative media on social media. A revolution on that. So why don't we revolutionize the social media to be positive instead of negative? That's what I can definitely say. The other challenge is that we also lack national and international structure and strategy for our media. For example. If I can talk directly to the Ministry of Information and Culture and Media, they should have a clear national media strategy for all media institutions, including social media things. Second, they should have an international structure that, for example, when I look at international big media houses like BBC, like Bloomberg, like CNN, you will find out that they have an international roadmap which is structured to engage, and to be imposed indirectly to the world, which is following the template of BBC International.
But I think if you allow me to cut in this just a minute, if we want to actually accomplish this or demonstrate this in real life here in Sudan, we need to have a study about what is our the audience, what is the Sudanese people actually focus on, what is youth of Sudan, which are like more than 70% of Sudanese people are focusing on, how we can be a positive contribution. Do you agree with me in this point?
I do agree with you. Of course we need to study the situation, but my point, what I'm saying, international structure, is that if we do local things but we do them in an international template, that even if somebody who is not willing to do or to follow will be actually attracted to follow. So mixing fun with positivity, with joy, with messages will be very good. For example, if you look at artists, artists, they have fun. They when you're coming to have fun, but they disseminate messages through the fun.
Exactly, yes.
You got what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's also what we're supposed to have, in terms of, and there's also another challenge, which is the source of information. For example, now our platform media, which is journalingual, we come to disseminate Sudanese information in English. Unfortunately, we do not have source of information. Unless we run, we follow, we come and we talk, we ask, we don't find a source, a true source. So one of our essence is that we don't go and copy something and paste it from somewhere. We would like to get information from the source, from the horse mouth, as the English say, from the horse mouth immediately.
And I think this is the main concept of how you could provide media.
Of course.
Yes, because right now if you see something, say a rumor in Facebook, they will say something, and someone from other page will just copy it, and other will copy it, and suddenly a million people are reading the same news, but the source of the news itself is just a page in Facebook.
Exactly. And
no one knows what exactly happening.
There is one proverb in the media. There is a strategy in media. They say, who get it first? For example, if there is an event, for example, Biladi radio will say, I am the one who disseminated first. The other radio will say the other thing. My idea is not who get it first. My idea is who get it right. You got what I'm saying? So it is not important for me to get it to now or after 10 minutes, but it's right for me to get it the right information. So if you say that, you would like to run and get it the first one, you may get the wrong information, and then you disseminate wrong information. You know that if you just disseminate one information which is wrong on social media, you are misleading 1 million people. 1 million people, they are lost right now.
Yes.
Which is That's a total distraction. We don't want to destroy people's
And this is
information.
what exactly what is fragmenting the Sudanese communities right now, because some people believe the pages in Facebook, other believe other pages in Facebook, or maybe Twitter, or maybe any source of social media information that maybe it's not true or real, and it caused this messed up situation right now. So that will lead me to ask you something else. We are in the process of building Sudan right now, and it's a really tense, sensitive time, as you can see. How we can have logic, reasonable media, responsible media that could actually criticize, but in the same time could be a positive contribution.
Good.
Okay.
Professionalism is very important in building everything. Now, when it comes to build a country, I would like to talk about building the country in terms of building, let me say, how people build peace.
Okay.
It's the same thing, because the peace has three stages: making peace, building peace, and keeping it. So for us, we need to make the country. How we make the country, the basic infrastructure of the country is not roads, bridges, and streets. The basic infrastructure of the country is law, strategy, and document.
Okay.
It tells what this and what's that, who does what and how. We need to have a strategy that tells us to know how we can do that thing. This is first. Second, then we need to build the structure that has been prepared.
Okay.
Now, when we build that one, then we are actually going to furnish everything in a very fantastic way. Now, doing that, building the country, by the way, media has a very big share now. Talking about the positive things of the country, talking about the beautiful things in the country, talking about the achievement in the country. All this is a media responsibility. Talking about, and the media should be an instrument for advice to the people, should be an instrument as a
advice
guide
to the
people.
government itself, by the way.
Of course, when I say people, I mean the government and the people.
Okay.
Because if you are a media house, you need to send information to the people to obey the law, and you send information to the government is to create the law. Because now what we need in the Sudan is that we need a clear strategy of where this country is going, and who is leading the country, and how this country is led, and how. But by the way, there is a very big problem here that the Sudanese people, I'm not talking about the government, the Sudanese people, most of them do not go and read the document that tells what is the right of the citizen in the country and what is the duty of the citizen in the country. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. No one knows anything about that.
As a citizen, you need to know what is my right in the country.
Yes.
What do I need to say to the government?
Yes.
How do I fight the government with information? How do I criticize the government? Now, if you do not know what's your responsibility, what's your duty, what's your job, you can't come and criticize the government, because the government has the information. You need to get the information first.
Yes.
And you need to know what's your right first. And I would like to advise.
And that will, by the way, will make even the government in control. Like,
Exactly.
you know that they are heading in the right line, that you already as a citizen understand what is going on, right?
Yeah. The most important tool and instrument to control things is information.
Okay.
If you do have information, you control everything. Because when you come and you face the government personnel, you need to tell him about the law that written by the government itself and it disseminated by the government itself, the law that has been approved by the government itself. And now you are holding the law in your hand, and you are holding the power.
Yeah, and I agree with you in this, and I think every country, and this is also responsibility for us as a media, is to raise awareness as much as we can in order to contribute in this objectives. And as you said, the strategy is always important in order, because the strategy is the basic of politics, maybe, and basic of how you could build anything. If you want to build a house, you will say, okay, I want some rocks, I want some cement, I want some sand, and I want to do this to this, and I need 3 floors house, I need to do maybe 2 bedrooms, like that. So in building the country, we need the same thing. We need all the component that will help us. This is the strategy, and this is how we can deal with our people and how we could build. And I think in this sensitive time, that Sudan face right now, this is exactly the approach that people need to know. And I agree with you, is the media responsible for this? And I hope every other media listening to us right now could share or could take some ideas instead of maybe, as you can see that, and I also want your comment in this, that sometimes here media in Sudan could be biased a little bit, or to some sides, and other bias to other sides, and the citizen will be puzzled and confused in the middle. So what, like us as a media, what is our responsibility here as a reasonable media to help this citizen who is confused in the middle? I want you to give me some of your thoughts in this.
Well, the most important thing is that the media should stand by the right information. Not to be biased, whether to the citizen, to the government, to the one part or to the other part.
Yeah.
Now, media should be straight, should be neutral. It doesn't have to be biased to anywhere. Now, the responsibility of media houses is that to make sure that citizens get the right information, the true information, not the information that actually sells ideas and then pass on agendas of particular party or particular political political reserve or particular movement or any ideology that confuses the citizen. And that also will bring us back to the first question of the of the challenges. You see, which is it? So media houses are supposed to actually study, like you said before, study the situation, study what the citizen, when a citizen go on the radio and choose your frequency, 96.6. As let me talk as a listener of 96.6. I'm not coming to listen to what you want to say. I'm coming to listen what I want to listen to, the information that I'm looking for. You got what I'm saying?
Yes.
So what you need to do, not to come and speak your mind or your opinion only, or you speak what you
and
think.
Don't force your ideas on me.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Like when you go to school, you cannot come and bring subject to the student. You enforce that subject. You need to study what the student need to learn, what the student need to study. Is it?
Yes.
For that, the same thing right here. You need to know what people need to listen to. People need to listen to good things. People need to listen to good information, to positive information. So people do not need to listen to confusion.
Yeah, something that will help their mentality in order to understand what they are supposed to do and what is their obligation and maybe what is going on really.
Exactly.
Yeah, so yes.
Definitely.
So we are back in our final segment from the show. We have like 5 minutes. We are really I'm enjoying the discussion with Mr. Mohammed Abdualshakoor today. It's really informative and an inspirational conversation that I hope that I could have more of it. So I will go to the final question directly because we're running out of time.
Yeah.
So there is a role of government. There is a role of us as media. But there is also a role for communities in order to be their own media, to contribute in the spirit of building Sudan somehow. And I always refer to the idea that we need media that positive, especially in this tense time of Sudan. So I always refer to this time, not future, not in the past, now. What do we need from communities right now?
Very wonderful.
Yeah.
You know that in the world right now we have something called mobile journalism and we have citizen journalism.
Okay.
The citizen journalism meaning that every citizen has a smartphone, is a journalist by default.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, of course. Yes.
Now, but what we need the government is to create a template, structure, to create strategy of mobile journalism. You, the media houses, if I could say we, the media houses, are responsible to send this information and spread awareness to the people, to the community, how they can definitely use this instrument. And now for the community is for us to teach them, for us to preach them and tell them that you need to use your mobile phone as a positive media informer. You inform people to your mobile. If there is any nice, for example, if you go on the night street, there's a very beautiful place, take a video, Snapchat, or a picture and then post it. Wow, this is a very beautiful place, a very nice place. And instead of you posting negative things. Also, we need to tell the community if there is an information that people need to know, You just share that information and then send it everywhere that people can do. Also, the role of the community is to focus on the positive media and analyze any negative media you hear, any information you hear, any bit of news that you get. You need to analyze before sending it, before sharing it, before spreading that information, especially rumors. You need to actually know what is it. You know the source, you know the rightness of that thing, you know what is it right or not right, you know who sending this, why they're sending it, and to whom are they sending it. So if we really get this information true, if we share with people this information, that will help us actually to know the role of the community, which is to actually be part of the media platform.
Okay, and even bad or negative things, like maybe if you saw a place here in Khartoum that you feel like it need help, maybe, or there is a place that full of floods and you need to maybe direct the people to this place. I think it's a positive contribution, but in the right template, or maybe
That's
the
what I'm
right
saying.
way. Yeah, so I agree with you 100% in what you're saying, and I guess because we're running out of time, so I would say to you, maybe, I know that today you have lots of listeners will join us from many places, so if you want to send a message to all the people who are listening, especially people in Sudan, what is your message of building positivity through through media, through Let's Have a Chat today?
Well, my message is, if you send a wrong information, you destroy the nation. But if you are sending the right information, you are building it.
Wow.
That's the message I want to send.
I cannot even say anything after that. You actually, oh my God, this is really, really nice. Thank you so much, Mohammed, for being here today in Let's Have a Chat. And I will say finally that we will always keep on presenting media that actually could raise awareness, could build Sudan, could help us take us from this place to other best and other like advanced place, because we dream that we see our country in one of the developed country, not just LDCs as people say, because it actually break my heart, because we have potential that not fully realized yet. We are rich country, we have potential, we have youth, we are rich with everything. We can build this country, but if we are focused on what in our heart, that we love this country, not love our anything else, like just our country, we will get there if we just focus in this. And I'm so happy that I always have people like you in the show, so that could tell me that the Sudan have people that will build Sudan.
Thank you so much.
So you with me, your host, Moro Khalidin. Let's have a chat.